One of the things that I think is really important in life in general is role models. Is the role model that you are being, is the role models that you have in your life, is the role models that are all around us, whether they be great role models or whether they be not so great role models. I was really blessed to grow up with great role models for parents. There were things that maybe they didn't get right, but they did what they knew best. And I myself try to be the best possible role model I can for my daughter. The thing is though, when we're out there in life, stuff happens, we get triggered, stuff goes on, we maybe have moments where our energy isn't really great, and sometimes we don't show up as the greatest role model. So what I really wanted to talk about here is about how conscious are you and how much do you check in on the role model that you are being. We know in the world today, when we look at the leaderships out there, they're not the best role models, are they? And the reason that I say that is simply, we look at their behaviour, especially in politics. They're not accountable for their actions. They don't tell the truth. They tend to speak to each other in quite derogatory and disrespectful ways. They don't follow through on the things that they say they're going to. And, the downside of all of this is that they are the role models that are getting, in some ways, more exposure than other people. So for me, it's about really being mindful and heartful of who you're showing up as. And the reason I say heartful is because we've talked for years about the mind. We've talked about the importance of the mind and how much, the mind controls things. And in so many ways it does. But what I encourage people to remember is, look, there's a much bigger part below that little bit there. And it's about going into your body. It's about feeling. What's the old saying? The old saying is, you will forget what somebody said, you will forget what they did. You'll never forget the way that they made you feel. And that's because the cells store that feeling, the brain stores that feeling, but then it goes into the whole body. Because when you have a feeling about something, what do we talk about? We talk about a gut instinct, and your gut is down here, it's not up there. So it's about now, this era that we're in, this heart and soul era we're in, it's about us trusting the rest of our body. It's about us going into that body and feeling what's really going on here. And feeling into that in every sense of the word. So feeling into how you responded to something. Who did you show up as? Did you show up as a great role model? Did you show up as a not so great role model? And if you weren't so great, how are you checking in on that? How are you changing that? How are you becoming accountable for that? How are you improving who you are every single day? Because that's absolutely key. I really feel like the people are coming together now, and the people are getting stronger, and the people are saying, actually, no, this is not the way that it is meant to be. This is not how life is meant to be. And we've lived in this really unequal society for a really long time. We lived in an era of greed and ego for many, many, many years. And now we've come out of that era of greed and ego, and we've come into this era of pure heart and soul. And in this era of heart and soul, it's about being inclusive. It's about us looking after each other. It's about us coming together, so that this oneness that we have as a race, because we are all absolutely connected, it's about us harnessing that power. And for the ones among us that are challenged and that don't feel part of that oneness at the moment, it's about us bringing everybody into this fold and encouraging it. And the biggest way that we can do that is by being a really great role model. And when, like I say, we have those moments of not so greatness, that we own it, we understand it, and we change because of it, not in spite of it. Who are you showing up as today? What kind of role model are you? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Catch you soon.